The spoiler floodgate for MTG Foundations has opened. And now we know exactly what we're getting inside this set, but now we need to know what the verdict will be from players. Will there be enough there to keep the kids coming back to the candy store? Or will this be another product that Wizards of the Coast has failed to deliver a real crowd-pleasing event? Don't worry guys, we have a lot to cover in today's video, and some of these answers, they might surprise you. Is MTG Foundations going to have enough of the stuff to make players want to come back for seconds, to line up in line to buy more than just singles, to actually seek out the boxes? We're going to discuss that today because that is the real question. Welcome back everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me on the channel. It is the real and only question. Any product that Wizards has launched can have a great successful intro week. You can have people showing up to pre-releases. You can have people excited about the product. I mean, all the emails I'm getting talking about these amazing cards, the things show up in my Discord and private messages, talking about how amazing MTG Foundations looks. Tells you that it's going to have a successful intro launch. But that doesn't mean that that is a successful product. You can look back at the history of this game and you can look at successful products. Those are products that players continually go back to buy. They line up for seconds. It is such a cool game, you want every expansion. Now that question is, does MTG Foundations have enough to make players want to line up again to buy more? Now, I want to jump forward just for a second before I start talking about some stuff. We have Aether Drift that will come later. That product doesn't seem to have as much excitement behind it after seeing those images, right? Most people I know were like, ugh, I'm staying away. Again, we don't know the cards, but that's the feeling, which makes people look at MTG Foundations with a little bit more of a receptive attitude. Remember, I panned this product. I said there is no way it's going to work with 50% new and 50% reprint. I said if they don't appeal to the core audience, we're not going back for seconds, and that means it won't be successful because there won't be enough opened to keep the prices in check. I have an issue with that. And a lot of people were like, Mox, man, you don't understand. You're missing the point. Great. Here I am back again, being open-minded and taking a look. Now, to have a product be successful in the long run, there has to be enough cards in there, enough cards of playability, of some nostalgia, as well as parts that can connect intricately to build new decks. Now, so far, let's be honest. Let's take a look first at the sweetener. Now, what I mean by the sweetener are cards like this. Here we have the Viceroy of Plunder. That art is epic. Now, if I jump that art and I change to the next one, you can see the theme here. All these anime characters, they're going to go off well. They are going to attract. That sweetener is something that's good. Players can appreciate the sweetener. They can look at Rev, the extractor, and say, yep, I like the look of that. And some of these cards, of course, are going to fit very well in Commander. They're going to find a home. They're going to have players wanting to buy them, even if they're not valuable cards. Even if they never hit the $20, $30 mark, they have some playability. They have good artwork that will appeal to players, and they'll probably find a home in a deck, but it's enough of an eyeball-looking thing. You're like, hey, what's in the window? I want to take a look in there. What else do you have? Well, before we get to what else we have, and yes, of course, I did notice the giant 7/7 Eldrazi, okay? Very cool. They didn't give it Annihilator, which is a shame, but it was a very cool card, and no, I'm not showing that in today's video, but I want to show you guys something else. So take a look at this first, because let's go over again what the pricing is going to be. Now here I am showing Canadian pricing for MTG Foundations. If you're in the US, just knock off 30%, and that gives you a general idea of what Canadians pay to get a box of this, okay? So $139.95 Canadian for a Jumpstart booster box. Now if we jump over and took a look at MTG Foundation's Play Booster box, that is $199.95 Canadian. That's only $10 to $20 less than a regular Play Booster box, okay? But it is a discount. I'm not going to factor that out. This is a discount. It is cheaper than we normally pay here in Canada. And the last box, of course, is the collector booster box. I'm not showing the bundle because the price hasn't changed, guys. It still sits around the $57 mark US, which is around 69 Canadian here. But if you look at MTG Foundation's English booster box, $339.95 is actually what we would normally pay. So there's no real discount for this particular product. And a lot of the flashy stuff is going to be found in there, so be aware of that. It's not going to be in a regular box, right? That's for the people who don't have the big bank and bucks to spend. But if you're looking for some of the fancy cards, they're going to be inside these booster boxes. Which brings me back to the next thing I need to show you. Now, when you look at those prices and you see the collector box is $339, there has to be a reason. A desirability factor that Wizards of the Coast builds in to make you want to buy a product like that. And that's where they start giving you cards like this. That's doubling season, boys and girls. It's coming around again, and it's about time. A lot of players were hoping for a card like this, but here's the thing. It actually gets just a little bit better because we get doubling season, and it looks even better this way. I got to be honest. I'm looking here on the off side of the screen, and I got to be honest, that is amazing. The fact we have it in that version of the Cats, awesome. Now, when you see cards like that Eldrazi, and a few other cards I'm not going to share with you in today's video, you can understand now that the product looks very well-rounded. There's a lot of synergistic cards that will fit in. They added Feldon's Cane, which got me looking. I'm like, that is amazing. Now, I'm looking at this from the lens, though, of an experienced Magic player. Most of these cards I already own. That's a fact for anyone who's been around the game a long period of time and has a large collection. A product like this is not meant for us, as I've been told. You've schooled me. I claim defeat. It's not meant for players like me. But without that core of hardcore players buying products like this, it can't sell enough units to be successful. You need to have the hardcore fans buying it, which is why it has filler like that, where you have the anime cards and different artworks to bling out your deck that will truly attract a larger audience of players to the product, even if they already own the cards. They are casting a very wide net with this product, and I'll be honest, it looks like it's going to be successful. But it doesn't end there, because here's the second part of this verdict that we have to render on this product. And that is, how much is actually selling on pre-order? What's actually moving and how much? Well, let's take a look at that. If we take a look at Amazon.com, you'll see there that the MTG Foundation's Play Booster Box has 1,000 sales in a month. The collector boxes have sold 700. The Jumpstart boosters have sold 500. The bundle packs have sold, of course, 1,000 copies. It's a very popular brand to buy right now. And if I slide this over for you right now, you can see that they've also had those starter collections, and that has sold over 1,000. That is going to be a very popular product, and it's going to sell very well. But we also have to take a look at things like TCG Player, Card Market, Card Kingdom, and everywhere else I can think of looking and getting information to see how the sales are going. TCG Player is about 12 to 14 boxes a day for the last couple of weeks. But this isn't all the information, because we also have to go and take a look at the local scene. You look at all the local retailers you deal with in any country you deal with, which means me, it's US, Canada, Australia, the UK, a few other places I've managed to get my toehold into with some information, and it looks like the product's selling very poorly. But that was 2 days ago. That's before we saw all these amazing spoilers drop and the interest starts to take off a bit. I will come back to that part of the information, because the sales right now from the local store level are abysmal. They're really low, guys. So low it's not even worth mentioning. A couple of boxes here, a couple of boxes there. No collector boxes except for maybe a few at some of the bigger retailers. It's really bad because nobody anticipated anything from the set. Now that the set is coming out and you see some of the cards going into this set, we can see some of the makeup of the spoilers, the new, and of course the reprint equity. We are having players now deciding, casting a verdict on the product. And I'll tell you right now, as it stands, nothing's really changed. The product looks pretty good to me on paper looking at it. But the sales are not translating into a mass market of success for the product. Doesn't mean it won't have a good launch. We still have weeks and weeks to go. But I look at this and say to myself, who is going to buy it and why are they going to buy it? Buying a single box or a store opening a couple of boxes for singles and players hitting the single market is probably still going to be the most successful part of this product. That and the beginning collector pack boxes you can get, the beginner kits for the players. The collector boxes with the bling cards are going to attract a certain audience that's going to be seeking out those cards, even if they have to pay more money. The individual play booster boxes, yeah, they're going to sell some boxes. It's not doing horribly, but it's not doing great. And depending on where you are in the world, you might find prices of these products really erratic and not really centralized what we normally expect. That can be attributed to wallet fatigue, right? We're at the end of a year and the wallet's dried up. You don't have any more cash to spend. And you weren't intending to for the most part because we didn't expect this product to come around. Now, the MSRP factor is small and negligible at this point. I'm not going to key that into anything. But the fact that players seem to be enjoying the cards. I saw Magic Live just like you guys did. I keyed into a whole bunch of the cards, took a look to see which ones would interest me. I talked to friends to see which ones would interest them and their deck builds. And there was enough interest there that the singles are definitely going to do well from what I can tell. I checked in with stores and there's been no radical shifts in any selling or buying. Nobody's jumping on board with anything. And a lot of the stores are still preparing prices. So we'll see how that goes in the next few days to see how things start to move. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. What's your verdict on this product? I'm going to give it a pass. Now, I don't like doing that because of how this product is built and the time they did it. But my problem is not your problem. My problem is with the pricing and the timing of the product. The cards inside are going to get a pass now because I see enough reprint equity cards that I think players will need and enjoy. I see enough new cards that can obviously be added to Commander. I still see those cards everywhere with all kinds of cards I know will be Commander staples, like that Lich person and stuff, like one that can cast cards from your graveyard. I forget the name right now, but there are some really nice cards in there. The anime art added with the filler cards and a few of the new ones we've seen coming on board is definitely going to have players with enough interest that I think I would give it a pass too. I'm going to go to a pre-release now, which is a good upside because I want to see how these cards play out. And I'm curious to know what you, the fans out there of Magic the Gathering, feel about this product. So drop some comments in the comment section. Share your wisdom here on the channel with everybody else. Join it, okay, guys? Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys had a good time on the channel. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed my content, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell. I put out new content every day, and we're about 880 subscribers away from getting to 26,000 subs. So thanks again to all the new subscribers out there for making that possible. Guys, have a great day today. Shop smart, shop smart, and we'll see you all tomorrow. So here we are at the end of the video, and I've got to say thank you to all my fantastic patrons. It doesn't matter if you're a patron, Patreon patron, or a YouTube membership member. Wait, did I repeat myself? Maybe I did, but that's okay because we're at the end credits. That's the patrons, the YouTube membership members who make these videos happen every single day. Thanks again, guys. Have an awesome day today. Shop smart, shop smart. Come on. Zool? Like Zool from Ghostbusters, the Lich Lord? That thing is awesome. That artwork is epic. I gotta say it, guys. It's awesome, okay? You're with me on this one, right? When you see that card, you're like, you know what? That's a pretty good card. I have to admit it. I don't care much about Niv Mizzet. I don't care about that Mossborn Hydra. But that Lich is something else. And of course, let's not forget all the amazing anime art they've added in. That's a Llanowar elf. Come on! You know people are going to buy this stuff. Imagine they'd put Llanowar elves, though, in the regular set instead of like some special mythic thing. Imagine it had gone that route, it'd be something else. Anyway, one more card to share with you. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You see that behemoth? The sire of 7 deaths? You know what it reminds me of, right? It reminds me of One Punch Man. That clay-headed guy that they fight, I think it's season 1, inside the ship. Look at this. I'm looking at going, First Strike Vigilance, Menace Trample, Reach, Lifelink, Ward, Space 7 Life, and it's a 7/7 for 7. I love it. Doesn't have Annihilator, but I still love that card. And you know everyone's going to play with it. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That is the filler that's going to make people buy some of this product. You brought in some Eldrazi. Too bad they didn't add a decent sliver. Maybe a throw. Yeah, we miss throws. Ramble, jamble. We're not done yet. Don't worry, I'm going to kick this card off. So, you're here at the end of the video, and I have to admit, guys, the set's going to be better than I thought. But with the longevity and the lifespan of this set, we have a long way to go to see how it will play out as an actual profitable product. But I think they did a good job building this. I have to give a little bit of credit here. I still don't like the price point. But at least the price point is closer to reasonable. Sorry, that's a hiccup. Closer to reasonable when I see the cards they've added in. Just saying. I can't wait to see what people say about this set. Time is going to just be something on this one. Because it's not bad. I hate to give credit, but it's not bad. Thanks for stopping by, man. I hope you guys have a good day. Ramble!